Hello subscribers and non-subscribers, welcome back to the American Civil War mod for Empire Total War. This episode, I don't actually know what we're going to be doing, but I think I can come to a reasonable conclusion that we're probably going to be defending Frankfurt. And if that ends up actually being the case, then next episode we might be able to actually go on the offensive, especially since my army in DC is now fully healed, along with being relatively experienced for most of them. But yeah, so if we do end up defending Frankfurt, we'll probably go on the offensive, and depending on what army I decide to use, we'll decide where we go. New Mexico or Santa Fe still needs to build up more of an actual army, but I need them to actually have infantry, so let's see. No infantry with the military governor's barracks. That's kind of an annoyance. Am I gonna have to build it up here in Iowa and Minnesota? I think I am. Well, now, that's not something I particularly wanted to do. But if the game basically forces me to have to build the army all the way up there and then move it down here, so be it, I will. But I would have rather not have to do that. Although I could build it here in Missouri as well. And then try to take Mississippi. And then from Mississippi, take Louisiana. And then basically surround Florida by having an army come from up here in Tennessee and Kentucky, have them take Georgia, the army up here take Virginia, and then I guess the army in Georgia will go and take the Carolinas. Yes, I think that'll potentially work. I just need to actually have the army capable of doing so, which luckily I don't need cannons necessarily in this game, or with this mod. So that's a wonderful thing for me. But let's go ahead and just actually end the turn now and see if we have to defend Kentucky or not. And Britain's never going to retake its lost Canadian territories, is it? Enemy raid here? Okie dokie, that's whatever. I don't want to read that right now, thank you. Unit recruited over here in Kansas. Oh, okay, Kansas can build me an army with infantry. Okay, that I think will work. Well, it depends, unless there's there is a limit on the Kansas volunteers. But they can just go and build me a bunch of conscripts to go with it. Okay, that's what we'll do. We'll have Kansas build an army to go and take over Texas. Except for Lower Texas, because Lower Texas will have to declare war on the Dutch. Well, you know what? We'll probably still declare war on the Dutch, actually, for that. Just because it seems odd for them to control a part of Texas. But let's see. Chronicle controls of Missouri. Union forces began a campaign to control the state of Missouri, and a federal cavalry force with some 600 horsemen is sent into the state to locate the whereabouts of a rumored Confederate army operating there. The cavalry encounters its force, numbering about 6,000 men, in Vernon County, and are easily repulsed by the Confederates, forcing the Union to abandon southwestern Missouri and instead to concentrate on holding the Missouri Valley. Whilst the state of Missouri has not seceded from the Union, it is a slave state, and as such, many Missourians hold Confederate sympathies. Indeed, the Confederate itself lays claim to Missouri and views the presence of Union forces there as tantamount to military invasion. The sacking of Oskello. Is that what this was right here? No. Okay. I was a bit curious. That would have been odd, actually, if that was the case, because I'd imagine this is probably not in Tennessee. Yep, it's also in Missouri, up here. The sacking of Oskello, or Oskella, was a Union Jayhawker initiative on September 23rd, 1861, many years before the official Civil War that was recognized and waged in the East. Jayhawker bands waged numerous invasions into Missouri and also committed some of the most notorious atrocities of the Civil War. These atrocities escalated into the massacre at Osceola, Missouri, in which the entire town was set aflame and at least 9 of the male residents killed. James H. Lane organized 1,200 troops to resist the planned Confederate invasion of Kansas, but the Confederates defeated Lane in the Battle of Drywood Creek near Fort Scott, Kansas. Lane retreated and the Confederates continued their offensive, going further into Missouri. With the rebel force preoccupied elsewhere, Lane launched an attack behind them after crossing the Missouri border at Trading Post, Kansas. Lane began an offensive. The climax of the campaign was in September of 1861 at Osceola, Missouri, where Lane's forces murdered at least 9 men in the town square, then pillaged, looted, and burned the town. According to reports, many of the Kansans got so drunk that when it came time to leave, they were unable to march and had to ride in wagons and carriages. They carried off with them a tremendous load of plunder, including at Lane's personal share a piano and a quantity of silk dresses. In the 2-day frenzy, nearly every structure in the town was burned. The population of Osceola on September 22nd, 1861 was between 2,000 and 2,500. On September 24th, 1861, it was 183. Okie dokie. Well then, let's see. So, we actually surprisingly did not get attacked at all. So we're going to have to go a bit on the offensive here and have the army in Frankfort go and push the Confederate army out of, what is that? Sagamore Shoals, I guess? Oh, yeah, that seems about right, I'm guessing. So we're going to have to push them out of Kentucky. Depending on, they could retreat just about anywhere, but hopefully they retreat actually into the Carolinas, because I'd rather them not go deeper into my territory. Because I don't really have forces anywhere except for along my border with the Confederates. So, yeah, we're going to have to deal with that. And we're also going to have to deal with this douche down here. Beauregard, yes. Cannot forget Beauregard. Oh, and he's got his friend Stonewall Jackson as well, who I'm guessing is coming to reinforce. But whatever, we're gonna go and we'll first save, and we'll save this as a battle save, but it's not really. It's just before the battle. And we're gonna go and push the Confederates out. So we've got about an even 50-50 balance of power according to the game. He has an actual general, I do not. But that doesn't really matter to me. His general actually has experience, so this will be fun to take out Joseph E. Johnston. He's got a lot of infantry, but I luckily have some cavalry that I can use to hopefully do some damage to some of the weaker units here, although they've... Yeah, depending on how he sets up his units will decide if my cavalry actually does anything worthwhile. Now we shall actually make a real battle save, and we shall attack them, because I definitely can't leave the game to auto-resolve a 50-50 balance of power. I do outnumber him, though, by, 225 men? Yeah, that seems about right. Okie dokie, so now let's see exactly how I want to organize my men. So let's see, what do I have? How many infantry do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Damn, okay. Groups of 3 should do. It's not really the way I wanted to do this, but that's the way we're gonna have to do this. So, groups of 3. We'll just go and stretch you guys as far as we can. And we'll leave our right flank to be essentially defended by our cavalry. That should do. Oh, what's this? Why does he have his 19th Regiment of Foot Confederate Georgia Volunteers way out in the middle of a field? That's interesting. And there he is, Joseph E. Johnston. He's gonna go and get himself on that hill. I really probably should have actually looked at the terrain before putting my troops, but oh well, too late for that now. We'll just go and set you guys up like that. Yeah, that looks fine. You guys can walk there. I'll just fast forward. There we go. Yep, that's fine. And 3, you can go like that. No, I said like that. Thank you. And cavalry, you can move like that. Thank you. And fast forward. I may even do some more fast forward in post just to make it even shorter, because a decent chunk of the battle is actually going to be spent just getting my troops into formation. And this is actually a fairly nice position. He's got the stone walls here to help defend against a cavalry charge. Although, is he actually going to use it? It looks like he is, but why is he leaving his general right out here in the middle? If I was him, I'd be putting my general right here, smack dab in the middle of this, and just put the infantry basically all along the stone walls, except for right here where it's a wooden fence here that's not really going to do any good. Also, he doesn't really need to defend that side if you ask me, and 1 second. Sorry, that is a phone. Let's see. They didn't really line their men up the way that I think would be the best use of terrain. I honestly think they should have used stone walls, but no. Game said, why would I use stone walls? I'm not Stonewall Jackson. Okay, let's shoot like that. It's kind of a pain to set them out. Any good formation in my opinion here. Let's see. If I can manage to hit some of these guys higher just to be constant point, just because the AI's not most intelligent, it's actually very decent. Let's see what these guys doing. They're going to move over there, be able to hopefully get a quick charge on the other side at some point. So, we'll figure out exactly when to send our cavalry in. But we'll send them in. I think the ancient units, those are just units, these guys are not just units. What are they all different? Look. No, they can't really these units, you know. They don't have any actual like 5 features, really different ones. The New Jersey volunteers are the same as the Union's conscripts. And I think we have a different stats. Yes, slightly. Volunteers are less accurate, but have a higher reloading skill. They also have a better charge bonus, worse melee attack, worse defense, and quite a worse morale. That's actually surprised. I would figure that conscripts would have lower morale than volunteers. The conscripts were conscripted in. So they don't really care to fight. So I would figure they'd be first run. Well, volunteer fight. Thus I would figure they'd be more willing, and thus have higher morale. But no, that's not the case. Surprisingly enough. And conscripts cavalry force. Oh, let's see. Oh, they have fresh now. There. There's a chance. Oh, conscripts. Damn, okay, good. Oh, don't do that game. You know what these guys to do. I could actually these guys just somewhere, just take shots behind onto the cavalry, like, onto the conscript. I don't know if I have range in them, honestly. I have to actually tell you all that. I don't have range in them. So that's not really worth the time. So we're just gonna charge them and run. Oh, good, turn back. So once the second group gets in there, turn around and run away. I would run through them if I had better, like, seek, but I don't, so I'm gonna turn around. Just decent also there, actually, which is not something I want, but it's unavoidable. Let's see, how can I line this up? Let's see, I can put you guys along this, you can take shots at the enemy. Let's see, line you guys up. Oh, come on, don't do that, make this. There we go with that. Maybe that'll put you guys into the range to shoot at these guys, at least a little bit. Oh, are they gonna follow me? Really? Okay, game, if you want to have them follow me, that's fine with me. I just need to make sure that my cavalry are far enough back so that they actually have enough room to try to pick up speed, and that these guys are also far enough away from their allies over here. And the AI didn't do what I thought it would, which would be, again, putting the units behind the stone walls. It, for some reason, decided not to. Okay, I need you guys to run into position. I also need you guys to run into position. And you guys, you can keep walking. But you guys need to run because the enemy's getting within range, and I need you in position. Come on, fire. And of course, I don't get to hear them shoot. Because for one reason or another, it just doesn't work for me. Except for last episode where the game decided to minimize itself. That actually fixed it. However, the game does not allow me to basically force it to minimize. Concerned, frightened by enemy units. What a perfect time to strike. So let's see, what do they have me fighting? Georgia Volunteers and Virginia Volunteers. Oh shoot, they got some Florida Volunteers moving up my flank. That's not good at all. Switch you guys into the forest here. Oh, damn. You guys already routed. I knew I shouldn't leave anything to Custer's cavalry. Okay, let's see. There has to be a better way to line you guys up so that you can actually fire on the enemy. How about like that? And then line you guys up like that. That should work. Okay, try to charge through them. And have you guys turn around and charge into them again. This time, hopefully coming down the hill, and so you should have... no, come on, keep running back here. Don't stop running for now. Only once I have given you guys permission to charge can you actually go and fight. And you guys come in and hopefully hit them in the rear. Yeah, so the Confederates outnumber me in terms of straight up numbers per regiment, but my units are still all in all better. Come on, chop chop guys, I need you to get in there quickly. Before the enemy actually has time to effectively organize their units. Yeah, change the way you guys are lined up a little bit. Okay, Let's see, how can I get you guys in on the fight? Oh, this fence is what's gonna screw me. I just know it. Do something like that. That, in theory, will work. You guys should be able to jump over that. How are you guys faring? Losing slightly, that's fine with me. I just need you to do damage. I don't actually need you to win. Oh, you fools! Man, terrible. Just terrible game. They can't jump over it in every spot. They have to go to a certain location to be able to get over it. They're not even actually jumping over it. They're literally walking through it. Okay. You guys are not lined up well enough to be able to fire on the enemy. Oh, there we go. We are routed over on that side, but we have taken out a hefty number of their men over there. Combatant losing slightly. Who are you guys shooting at exactly? And you consider the combatant losing slightly? These guys, obviously, but they're not the ones within your firing arc, so I don't know why you're considering them. You should be considering these guys right here. So I'm going to tell you guys to actually focus on them. There we go. Combatants even, according to them, and losing slightly, and damn you, game, you're confusing me now. You guys still are not within firing range. Change that a bit. Maybe I can get more men on this regiment to actually be within range. Oh, and you guys are back. Where are you? You're over there. Charge into them. Come on, chop chop. Realize that you guys are all information and you can now start to actually turn yourselves to fire on the enemy, please. There we go. Now you guys have figured out. I had to pretty much force you to realize it. Oh, you're actually not. Really. These guys were too damn slow. Well, come on. Don't just stand there. Fire on the enemy, damn you. You guys walk for a little bit. Okay, are you guys all finally in position? There we go. There we go, that seemed like a fairly nice volley. And of course cavalry can't go and jump over this because that would be too convenient. You guys are losing in terms of numbers, which I can't really do anything about that. Well, actually, you know what? Screw it, we'll move our cavalry up to here. We'll, oh, you guys are doing fine. Although I am on the verge of doing an infantry charge somewhat against some of these guys, just to get rid of them, hopefully. But I know that won't really work, so I don't want to. Hopefully these guys don't try to go and shoot at these guys over here, otherwise I'll have to turn off fire at will for them. Although they probably will. So they'll end up wasting a lot of their ammo. I'm curious, which one are you guys shooting at? Shoot at that group over there. Because this group you're actually more likely to do damage against. This group, not so much. They got the hill on the way for most of your men. Okay, let's see. Can I... straighten that out a bit? I cannot get my guys in good enough formations to really make effective use out of them. Screw it, we'll do that. I'm gonna basically make a way for the enemy to walk in behind me if they want to. I know they won't, but they could if they were intelligent enough to realize that, and especially if they were to make use of their general as cavalry, which granted I would never do because, well, he's a general and I prefer not to lose my general. He usually sits in the back and does nothing. I don't know if that'll be considered getting a flank on those guys, but hopefully it is. Yeah, you guys are outnumbered there. It's a good thing I've got the cavalry coming in. Hopefully the cavalry will prove to be useful. Probably not, honestly. Probably not. But hey, I can hope. They will, if I am lucky, actually do some damage against the infantry over there. Let's fast forward a little bit. Okay, yeah. Most of these guys realize that they can't fire on the enemy here, so they're not going to. Honestly, none of this group here should even bother, because they're not going to do anything. Up and... no, game, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Like that, thank you. And don't drop down to like 10 FPS on me. How are you guys faring? I need you guys to run, please. I need you in formation to fire on these guys ASAP. Even if that's at point blank range. Confederate engineers. I wonder how good those guys fare against conscripts. Oh, come on. You guys are not in formation yet? Really? Who are you missing? Tell me. Where is this guy? Because I don't see him. I don't see who you're apparently missing. No, you idiots! What the hell were you thinking? Oh, yes, and you guys charge them. You'll take friendly fire, but I don't give a crap. You're Custer's cavalry. I don't need you much. If I had better cavalry, I would use them. I've actually got pretty crappy cavalry all in all, to be honest. Are you guys finally in formation? There we go. Who the hell are you missing? Was somebody stuck on someone else? It's the only thing I could think of. Someone must have been stuck. Oh, and you guys are almost out of ammo. There we go. You guys spent pretty much all of your ammo trying to deal with that one group. No! Okay, and my cavalry has also decided to rout after that. Oh, now they're wavering. Good. Get back here and actually... oh, damn it, you're routing again. Oh, there we go. Awesome. Got those guys finally. Come on, game. Let me select this group. Thank you. Quit acting like you're playing at a low FPS. You're, at least according to DX Tory, still playing at 30 right now. Let's move our line up. Yeah, I don't think I'm getting my cavalry back anytime soon, so that's gonna suck. Oh, that's actually a fairly nice spot. Up on a hill, but still... Well, you don't have the best of protection, actually, but you're up on a hill slightly. Some of you, at least. So you have some actual ability to see your enemy. With the little bit of ammo you have left, pretty much out of ammo, actually. These guys just ran out, so these guys are going to have to engage in infantry charges, which means they're going to all die a very slow and painful death. So we'll just have them march back over here behind the rest of our men, so that they can get into position to actually charge somebody that's going to be worth charging, which means they got to traverse the entire field. Let's kick them out of that army group, please. Come on, get them out of the group. Thank you, game. Okay, let's see. These guys are winded, but how are my guys faring? Fresh and winded. Okay. What the hell are you doing? Fire, you fools! Oh, apparently they still automatically turned off fire at will in their case. Thanks, game. That's exactly what I wanted you to do. Oh, good. You dealt with them. Turn and deal with those guys, but I want you to run and get into position quickly. Once you guys are out of ammo, I think I'm just going to send you to charge over there into the side of those guys and hopefully get them to rout while I move the rest of the group to actually better deal with the real threats. I don't know if you guys can actually fire on these guys once you're in your new position, but it's still better than where you were before, getting shot in the side. Hopefully these guys rout soon. Okay, those guys are finally wavering, so hopefully they'll rout soon. There we go. Routed, broken, quit firing. You guys all turn to engage them. You move up here as well. There we go. You guys now know where you need to go and the actual proper route. That does not mean you guys are all going to basically go and charge right in front of all of our men and get yourselves shot up while you move into position. So those guys are confident, sitting at 288 men. They outnumber my guys. My guys probably don't even have much ammo left, but if my guys don't have much ammo, these guys probably don't have much ammo either, because they also had to deal with my cavalry for a little while. They actually fired some shots into my cavalry, so they've expended some of their ammo. You guys, rest of you, run into formation, please. Oh, you've actually got a pretty decent line of sight there. There we go. Great job, guys. Oh, shit. These guys came back. I think. Yeah, those guys came back. You guys run. You guys run, please. I actually want you to get over there quickly. Yeah, if they're not listed as broken, I think that basically means that they may come back. Are they charging me? It looks like they might be. Then I have the advantage here. I outnumber them. Although they're not as greatly as I would like. But they're also going to actually be taking shots as they charge towards me. And now they're routed again. Awesome. Oh, they actually hit my line over here a little bit, but that should clear up sooner rather than later. What the hell are you guys doing? I know I probably told you to fire on an enemy, but that doesn't... Even with guard mode on, they still decided, oh, well, obviously they want us to go and follow them. No, I don't. It's why guard mode's on. You're not supposed to follow an enemy, even if I explicitly order you to attack a certain enemy. That does not mean follow them. Come on. Let me select these units. So you guys hurry up and run into position. We actually are getting some shots onto their general, which is a wonderful thing. At least theoretically we're getting some shots on him. We've done some damage, but I don't think my guys are really aiming for him. Definitely doesn't seem like it. How much ammo do these guys carry? Because it seems like they carry quite a bit of ammo, honestly. Why are you guys wavering? You haven't even been getting shot at yet all. You ranked up and you're like, well, I guess it's time that we rout. Or waver, or whatever. I mean, seriously, come on. Guys, what the hell's your problem? You're not getting shot at. There's no artillery shooting at you or anything. There's no reason for you guys to suddenly think, well now, it's time for us to run away. Let's see. Anyone else out of ammo? Oh, you guys are almost out. Which group? Let me select them, game. Come on. There we go. No, you didn't let me select the right guys. These guys. Okay. These guys are like on their last volley, so I'll wait for them to finish, and then I'll tell them to charge. You guys are winded, though. There we go. Okay, you guys can walk now for a little bit. Remove you from your group. Which actually means that group 1's been completely broken up now. Oh, are these guys coming back? These bastards. They need to stay away. Well, depending on where they go, we'll decide whether or not they're going to be a threat to me. But the way it looks like right now, they're not going to be a threat because they're basically walking right into my troops. Okay, I need to tell these guys to turn around. I want you to run. I don't have the advantage here. Well, I guess I do. My guys are straight up better. Where's the general? Up there, and he's running away, so never mind. I was gonna... Damn it, you guys lost. Okay, never mind. You got them as well. You lost, but you got them. As you guys ran away. So, I'll leave you guys be. I won't... I'll just... You guys did your job, not as well as I was hoping. I would have preferred for you guys not to rout. But at least you're shattered, so I think that means you may come back. I don't actually know all the ins and outs. Broken, I think, means that they are not coming back at all. Somebody's out of ammo. These guys. Okay, then just charge into them. Where's the general hiding? Did he run away as well, or is he just very good at hiding? He's actually very good at hiding, it seems. Oh, you guys can't aim if your lives depended on it. This is like point-blank range as you're shooting at the general. Also, please kill their general. Don't just let him run away. I want him dead, if at all possible. Oh, good, you've broken him. But I want you to also actually completely get rid of him. I don't want him coming back. Now or ever again. So just keep shooting at him until you either kill the general himself or they get out of your range, whichever happens first. Preferably killing the general himself. Don't run away from me! Don't run away! I'm just gonna butcher you. My vastly superior numbers, which actually isn't all that vast. I outnumber you by about 20 people. But hey, that just means that's 20 more people to... Oh, really? That was fast. What the hell are you doing? What are you guys doing? What was at that hole? We're gonna make a circle. Oh, good, you routed them. Well, you guys also routed. My guys are terrible at charging. They go, well, we've routed the... Or we're gonna route, but just before we route, we're gonna route the enemy. Please, don't route. Just route the enemy. It's much better for me, at least. Oh, there we go. It looks like they're... Victory! Yay! We failed to kill the general himself, sadly, so that kind of sucks. If I still have my cavalry, I could tell them to chase after him. Okay, so there has to be either one person hiding or the game has just decided, there we go, that it wasn't time to end just yet. And end the battle. And heroic victory. I guess. Yeah, sure. Okie dokie, let's see. So, how many men did I lose? 1,497 to their 2,974. Hopefully that means that their army is completely destroyed and is not going to run anywhere. That's preferable to them running into the Carolinas or Georgia or wherever. I think it's the Carolinas. Yeah, I think that would be the Carolinas that they'd be running into. But no. Okay, well, they ran actually into Virginia, I think that was. No, that's the Carolinas. Okay. So for now, Kentucky's going to be undefended. There's nothing I can do about that. Kentucky has to be undefended. Temporarily. I could build some cavalry if I wanted to. Did I get to keep my cavalry? Oh yes, they came back. We hunted them down and told them that if they don't come back, they're going to all be chased after and shot and killed because they ran away like deserters. And so they said, oh, well, I guess we should go back. We won the battle, apparently, anyway, so... Okay, so, let's see. That means that I just go and spend all the money I have now. I don't want to go and repair that right now, because I don't know if this army, led by some nobody general that nobody's ever heard of, will come back and decide to raid my farms. Let's see. So what can I actually go and have my guys upgrade? I would love to upgrade more mines, but I think most of my mines are fully upgraded. Except for a couple, like the one over in Tennessee. But most of them are fully upgraded, I believe. So can't really spend the money on that. I don't want to go and upgrade the one in Tennessee right now because of this guy, Beauregard. Is that Beauregard? I'm pretty sure that's Beauregard. Yeah, that's Beauregard. Yeah, I don't want him coming up here and attacking my iron mine. And basically just ruining the day for me. Let's see, how are people... Nebraska's not that happy, but in 2 turns they should be happier, and they should stop complaining about being taxed. So, I guess I'll probably... Yeah, I think I'll just go and spend this money on upgrading troops. Or not upgrading troops, but getting more troops. That seems like it's really the only decent thing for me to have these guys do. So, don't have any real units that I would recruit here in New Mexico. I could recruit some over in Kansas and Missouri and Iowa and Minnesota and Nebraska, of course. But Nebraska's too far away to be worth it. Iowa and Minnesota is not preferable, but at least Kansas can make infantry, so I'll go with Kansas. Give me the last of the Kansas volunteers, which are down here, I guess. Yep. Oh, and some California volunteers as well. Where did I recruit those guys? Where the hell they come from? Okay, I recruited them up here in Nebraska. Because apparently, Nebraska doesn't have any volunteers for me, but they've got some people from California who decided to volunteer in Nebraska. Okay, let's see, what's the most valuable? Well, spices are, but I don't make any spices up here, so... How much do furs sell for? Furs sell for 15. I am exporting a boatload of other goods, not so much furs. Actually, let's check our income. How are we faring there? We're bringing in 28,586. However, our army costs us 14,332 a turn. So we're not bringing in nearly... Basically, we're losing half of our money because of our army. That's how pricey our army is. Oh, I like how it's Abraham Lincoln III. Lord Protector. Oh, that's absolutely perfect. I like that. That's actually kind of funny. Okay, I could theoretically get rid of some of these guys here in my cabinet, but it's just not worth my time. Except for that guy. William Seward I could probably get rid of, and that wouldn't hurt me at all. And I wouldn't mind getting a better Secretary of War. And, well, honestly, I don't have a Navy, so I don't need a better Secretary of the Admiralty. But a Secretary of War? Yeah, that could stand to be better. But, first, let's get rid of our Prime Minister. I don't like him. He's terrible. Decreases our prestige each turn, decreases our diplomatic relations, and every turn we lose 4 town wealth in our home theater, which is the only theater in the game right now. Well, in this mod at least. So, Seward, goodbye. This guy who has no name is better. And I can only fire 1 minister per turn. But nonetheless, that guy's better. So, let's see. Britain, you are our allies. Oh, you are at war with the Confederates. You're not doing anything. Tungajok the First. Give me all your tech. Actually, no. Mexico. We're friends, right? No. Well, we are, but you're friends with the Confederates, so I can't be friends with you. Spain. No, Spain's worthless. The United Provinces. You are allied with France, at war with Mexico, for whatever godforsaken reason. Trade partners with the Confederates, me and France. How about we be allies? If I give you Maryland and military access, No, no, you'll also give me military axes and socket bayonets. How about no, and screw you, Netherlands. There has to be somebody decent to be friends with. Hey, Confederates, do you want to just go and end the war now? Well, I'm not actually going to offer you that, but I could probably actually offer them a peace treaty, and they would probably accept. Because I have not lost a single battle yet. Which is kind of interesting, because I do have the AI on normal. I think. Pretty sure it's on normal. Yeah, battle difficulty is essentially on normal, so I'm actually somewhat surprised that they have not done anything. Oh well. Yeah, so Kansas, get me more infantry. And you'll march into Texas and take Texas for me. Missouri, you're going to go into Mississippi eventually. Not now, but at some point you will. So get me more infantry. As many conscripts as you can recruit, as well as a couple of cavalry, I guess. I don't need a lot of cavalry. I don't use cavalry often. I primarily just rely on infantry in this game. And let's see, do I want anything else? Because I could recruit quite a bit. Oh, I could get Sherman up in here. But I already have McClellan leading the Washington Army, and I don't currently have a second army for him to lead. Well, actually, that's not true. He could head over to Missouri and lead that army that's going to be going into Mississippi. You know what? That's what we'll do. Sherman, you're going to go and lead the army marching into Mississippi eventually. How long you'll have to wait for that, I can't say. Maybe that'll be next time, but maybe not. Probably not, honestly. Probably the time after next time. So 2 episodes from now is probably when I'll be actually finally going on the offensive. Because I honestly expect Beauregard to head back up to Tennessee or to head up towards Kentucky and try to take Frankfort from me. But we will find out on the next episode of, well, or next part, I guess, better way to describe it, whatever, it's semantics, of the American Civil War mod for Empire Total War. As always, like, favorite, comment, subscribe, share, and I will see you guys next time. Until then, goodbye and farewell.